Move like a snake. 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 That's crazy. Okay, so we about to get into this podcast episode. You already know how it go. Period. I'm so excited. It's been a minute, y'all. It's been a minute. And I'm also reintroducing myself today, too. So, yeah. Let me see that. Okay. Voice recordings. Because y'all know how this go. We're going to do this again. Okay, so. Hey, y'all, and welcome back to another episode with your girl. Right here on your favorite place to freaking be. It is Divine Chatter with Jazz. Period. Oh my gosh, y'all. It's been so freaking long. It has been so long, and I am so grateful. And I feel so good. It's feeling so refreshed. Last week was a very interesting week. Let's be honest. It was a very interesting week, okay? So, something I've been focusing on since it's coming to the close of October is really focusing on being locked in and creating a foundation. Okay, y'all? Creating a foundation. So, I spent a lot of time focusing on foundation and what that means, what that looks like, and how can I execute that, or what is it that I'm doing to put into my foundation. Okay? So, shaboom, we're gonna get out the notes today. I have my handy dandy notebook right here. So, for foundation, right, this is something that I came up with as into what my thoughts are as to what foundation is, where I'm going with this focus for this time. So, foundation, I believe it is mandatory to build and maintain a grounded foundation. This is the time to create space for the foundation. Future self appreciates you for this service. Limit what you need and allow that time to be taken up and time spent towards building your foundation. I feel like this is really good as well. If you guys are interested in doing any type of fast, y'all can for sure join my Discord right now. We have a channel going on that is about, well, I would say focusing more on fasting and focusing more on that intention and that grounding work to really add and to build on top of each other for your foundation. I love that, fuel your fire, and what more could you want from yourself? So with that being said, I also asked you the question as to how do you define appreciation? What does appreciation mean to you? When I looked up appreciation, it showed me that it is what I can do to show thanks and or gratefulness. Some words that stuck out to me was recognition, gratitude, a full understanding, an increase in value. Okay? And when I think of appreciation, I just think of how I'm going to feel once my foundation is built. What it's going to look like when my foundation is built. How am I going to feel? What am I giving thanks for at that time? I'm really analyzing every single thing possible. And with that, I also asked myself the next question, which is how can you use appreciation to build and maintain a grounded foundation? So how can you use appreciation to build and maintain a grounded foundation? Right now, I feel like I'm in a season of creating who it is that I want to be. Some people that I genuinely really look up to and I see them creating a name for themselves is Pork Minds, Drea Nicole, Lex P, Pretty Boy EXO, also Michaela. I'm trying to think of who else. Sarah Jakes Roberts. Like, I think of, something that had came up for me at a time, especially around the time that I was beginning to do my YouTube channel, like early stages of YouTube, was just trying to figure out a name and understanding that, like, there are people out here, this is their name. Like, I'm thinking of right now, Mariah Kaylin. Like, that's probably just her, like her real name. You know what I mean? Kyla Shea is another hero of mine. And it's just like, these are people who created this name, built a foundation behind the name, a meaning behind the name. Who is this person? They had a visual as to who is Pretty Boy XO going to be? Who is Dre and Nicole going to be? Who is Mariah Kaylin going to be? And then they went ahead and executed that. And that's what's important about the foundation. That's what's important. And also what I've been focusing on this month is really implementing and digging those roots, creating roots and grounding myself to be who it is that I want to be. Now, you might ask, who is it? Jasmine, who are you trying to be? What are you even talking about? You already Jasmine. You already Jazz. You already Planet Resilience. Who else is it that you feel as though you can be? Well, let me tell ya. I just feel like, it's time to move forward. I am about to step into a new chapter in my life, a renewing chapter in my life where I am finally free from these shackles. I'm not going to say that it's dramatic. It's a little dramatic. Okay, it's a little dramatic. I love my HBCU. I love it here, and I love the growth that I have been able to obtain from being at this university, but I do genuinely feel like it's time for me to move on. And with that comes, who am I when I leave this place? I feel like, a lot of people get caught up in the idea of, who am I in college? Who am I going to be at PV? I feel like I've established who it is I am at PV, and that is Jasmine Henry. Jazz. Everybody knows me as Jazz. I used to run track. I was on track team for 3 years. My first year non-track team. And yeah, you know me from track. You know me from, if you've met me, like class, like, I don't know, like it's been a very chill, calm 4 years, I will say. But I feel as though that this experience allowed for me to express myself, learn to express myself authentically in a way where I have people who are constantly judging me. I feel like high school for me was my time where I built my wall. I was myself, but I built a wall. And so after I finished creating my wall, I brought that to PV. So now my wall is firm and in place at PV, but self is still struggling. Self is still trying to figure out, why am I not fulfilled? We already built the wall. Cool. We know who we are ish, but the wall is not beneficial. The wall has to come down. So now you have to learn to disintegrate. I wanted to say, like, how it just falls to dust. I want my wall. I feel as though my wall is surely coming to dust. And with that being said, it's just like, I literally have just been tearing this wall of protection, because the wall was built off of trauma and people who are also going through trauma. So therefore, I can't live a life that is so protected. Can't live a life that is so protected in that way. And this also goes into our foundation and understanding where we want to be and capitalizing on that. I will just never forget, and I mentioned this in my last episode, how my coach said his job is to get us there, and it's our job to execute it. It's our job to build this foundation, and then it's our job to execute exactly where we want to be. Simple as that. Like, everyone has somewhere they want to be. It's just like, are you going to be a straggler, or are you going to be a star? I don't know what other word, honestly, right now, but stars get me. And I like the emoji. I like the star emoji, okay? But yeah, and I'm really grateful for that, understanding this foundation process and this preparing process and this flowing process and this balance process. This is all coming into what we're talking about right now, which is that foundation, which is that concrete, solid, solidifying who, what, where are we going? But yeah, I personally think that a lot of people, I personally think, okay, I personally think that college is a good gap to give you that adult, but not really adult experience, because it allows you to still be playful, express yourself, be who you want to be around people who are your age, grow up, mature, like experience different people from a wide cross. Like it's a good bubble before real life. I think it's a good bubble before real life, but the problem here with the bubble is people want to stay in the bubble. People want to be here forever. I have been here for 4 years, and there are people that have been here before me, and I still have seen them. I'm not going to say I've always told myself, but that is something that I implement for me as well. Like, we're not staying in the same place. We cannot stay here past our time period. Now, everyone's time period is different, and I don't know everybody's business, but at the end of the day, you can still kind of tell and observe those who are just lingering around just for the parties, those who are lingering around just because they don't have nothing else to do, those who dropped out and just hanging out because, it's fun up here. All my friends are here, but I don't want to do the school stuff. Be for real. So boom, that's the life that people are living. And yeah, so now I'm really but I'm digging deeper. I feel like this summer really allowed for me to understand who I am. And 2020 as well was an experience for me to understand who I am. And you know what? Now that I sit here and think about it, it's just intriguing. It's so intriguing and inspiring to think about, because I remember in 2020, I'm like, okay, I need to shift. Honestly, I don't know if it's just me or if this is like everyone in the collective, but I have a strong feeling this is everyone in the collective. You get to points in your life where it's like, okay, I need to move. Okay, I need to change this. Okay, something needs to be different. I feel like I go through this very often, and I'm grateful for it because it just shows me, it shows me how to show up and how life is continuously changing. I can't be the same Jasmine all the time. I can't treat everybody the exact same way. That's just not how it goes. It's just not how it goes. And so when I look back, 2020 was the first time I hadn't run track since 7th grade. Now, I graduated high school 2019, 7th grade. I was 2015 or 2014. We're going to say 2014 is when I started running track because I was 13 years old. Is when I started running track for real, like all year round, like indoor, outdoor, club team, all of it, my all into track when I was 13 years old. I had to stop running track from 13 till I was 19 years old. Till I was 19. I spent my life running track. And I just remember, especially getting to PV. No, I don't even know if it was really when I was at PV or if it was really just me feeling like I don't want to be known for track all the time. And I don't even think it was me necessarily being in college, but I think that stop where I literally could not practice, I could not compete, when I was like, okay, now it's time for me to do something else outside of Jasmine track, because that used to irritate me so much. Like, all people know me for is track. I don't want to be known for just track. There's so much. And then it's just like, dang, like people confine you so much to this, to the point where you think that's all you are good at. That's all you can do is be an athlete. That's all you can do. And I feel, and I think that a lot of athletes experience this as well, just feeling like I only could do sports. I can only do sports. I'm not good at anything else. This is what I'm good at, and I'm banking on it. Because honestly, that's what I did too. 7th grade, I felt like I had a choice. You either sing and be a singer, or you do track. And I liked track more than singing, so I picked track. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to put my all into track. And I dedicated my life to track. That's exactly what I did. Without even realizing that's what I did. Like, that's crazy. because growing up, I just felt like I had to pick one, and I can only choose one, and I can only put my all into one thing. And now I realize that I have been breaking that fake phrase, fake imagination of I have to do one thing. And you know, I'm just so passionate about it right now, because it's just like, dang, this whole summer, these past couple of months, I'm just like, why can I not? Why do I feel? Hold on, y'all, because I smooth just like snagged my nose ring on my nose. That's crazy. Anyway, but it's just like, for so long I've been questioning as to why do I feel like I can't do all these things? Why do I feel like I can't be a healer, a mentor, a dancer, a doctor, an esthetician? What else do I want to do? I own a clothing line, a YouTuber, a freaking, like, come on. I feel like I think that I can't achieve all these multiple things because I was taught that I had to put my focus on one thing. And I had to put my focus into one thing in order for me to execute it. And that's the only way it was going to be executed, is if I dedicated my life to that one thing. But I don't want to be known for one thing. I want to be known for everything. I want to be known for every single dimension of my being. I want to be known for every single thing that I do, every single thing that it shows my purest expression, my purest form of what I'm supposed to be doing. That's what I want. That's what I want for myself. And so this is why I'm focusing, and this is why my foundation is so important, because who am I outside of PV? Who am I outside of Jasmine Henry? Who am I outside of the name that my parents gave me? Did my parents give me my name, or did I choose my name before coming? Still something that I would like to figure out. But who am I outside of my given name? And I feel, and I strongly believe, that I am Jayla Simone. So I will officially, once December hits, I'm going to start going by Jayla Simone. And I'm so excited about it because Jayla has been me. Before people even knew who Jayla was, before I even had it as my Instagram name, before I even just slightly used it for everything. My dad gave me the nickname. It's a combination of my first name and my middle name, Jala. That's what it means to me. It's my dad's name for me that he gave me, that nobody else calls me that. Nobody. Literally nobody. My name has been Jayla on Instagram for so long. I've had people like call me Jayla, but I'm like, that's not even my name. And it clearly says my name. You know what I mean? But it was cool. But it always made me feel kind of uncomfortable. And now that I'm realizing that the uncomfortability is actually stemming from how right it is. How right the name is for me. And I joined a Discord, and my Discord name originally off rip was Jayla, and not everyone in the chat, but most of the people in the chat, when they address me as Jayla. And at first it used to bug me because I'm like, can y'all just call me Jasmine? But it's just like, why is your name Jayla? But it's just like one of those things where all my usernames are Jayla. Everything that I have is Jayla. So boom. And it just started to make me feel uncomfortable. I'm like, ugh. But now it's just like, now, as of right now, I'm understanding and realizing that I've always meant to be going by Jayla. I just have to find my comfortability in it, and I need to find what it meant to me for whatever season it was that I chose to use it. I've literally never gone by Jayla. Not ever. Never. And if anyone has ever called me Jayla, I've corrected them. Trust me. So anyway, Jayla, boom. And then we have Simone. I think Simone is just really cute. I just think it's a really cute woman name. I feel like it's very feminine, and it just came to me one day, honestly. And Jayla Simone, I feel like it flows. Look up Simone, and it means to be heard. It means to be freaking heard. And it's just like, bruh, I have so much to say right now. This is my season. I have so much to say. And this is also just moving forward. I'm going to have so much to say, and y'all got to hear me before you can feel me, okay? And that's what I feel like my phrase is, that you have to hear me before you can feel me, because I want you to hear the words that are coming out of my mouth so that way you can feel my energy. Because I also am focusing on how I want people to feel around me. How do I want people's energy to feel when they're around me? I want you to feel comforted. I want you to feel inspired. I want you to feel like, yeah, I got this. You know, I want you to feel that resilience every time you interact with me, every time you watch a video, every time you click some, every time you see me, you see the vibes, you feel it. You feel it. You feel me? Because in order for you to feel me, you got to hear me. You got to hear the words that are coming out of my mouth. And it's crazy because this morning I was watching Michaela's video and she's talking about her prayers right now are going to God as, how can I use my voice? How can I use my voice? And the way that I use a phrase as in who am I, from the month of June till July, June to July, May. I started May to August. Every single day, God, who am I? Who am I? And he showed me who I was. He showed me who I was, y'all. He did. He showed me who I was. I asked him every single day, who am I? And then I also just was constantly repeating, I am pure awareness. And I felt as though that raised my awareness as well. So it's important that we take this time to really regroup and to reanalyze and go through stuff and experience. So yeah, this month I'm going to be saying that phrase as well, to see how can I use my voice to be heard as Jayla Simone, God. How can I use my voice to be heard as Jayla Simone, Lord? Let's go. That's dope. That's too dope, okay? So boom, that's my new name, Jayla Simone. That's who I'm going by. That's who I am, babes. That is who I am, babes. So, yeah. Okay, boom. That's who I am. So, to answer the question, how can you use appreciation to build and maintain a grounded foundation? These are some, I had pulled some cards earlier prior to this question, and the cards that had, these are the words that were on the cards. Summer, sugar, breath. I will create, this is my answer to the question. I will create habits that become my lifestyle. Jayla Simone is my next step into womanhood and my divine expression of self. Show self-appreciation for creating the lifestyle and obtaining it. Meditate, create, and be around those you love. Spend time pouring into self to pour into those around me. Be open, have fun. Life is a lot to get good. Oh, sorry. Clearly I can't read. Nah, let me stop. But anyway, life is about to get good. Lock in before I tweak out. I am so proud of the woman I am. I am her, Jayla Simone, to be heard and felt. Soul filling. XO. That kind of made me cry. That kind of made me cry. I just love how I be I really be looking through old stuff and really understanding where I'm coming from and really understanding where I'm going, and not allowing for people to knock me off, bruh. Because that's really what I feel like was going on last week. I feel as though a lot of the events that happened last week were to knock me off of what I am building, knock me off of my foundation. Because last week I feel like I was experiencing a lot of old emotions, a lot of old habits. I felt like people was really testing me to see how I was going to react as the new Jazz, and how I was about to react on Jayla Simone, really. That's really what it was. It was a test to see how was Jayla Simone reacting. Not Jasmine Henry. How is Jayla Simone reacting? Because Jasmine Henry would have aired all y'all out, and I would have seen every single person in person, face to face. Trust me. But that's not who I am. And I'm glad that I can have these experiences and feel like, bruh, I don't want to experience this again. Or I'm not trying to be my old self. I feel my old self coming up. I'm not trying to be that person anymore. And really standing on that and really allowing that to be my emotion. And not being my emotions, you know? So I'm grateful for that. And one of the questions that I want to share as well is, the question is it truly their fault? And as I reflect on this past week, there is the people that have been trying me. Let's say that. So here's my answer to the question: is it truly their fault? Honestly, I feel at times it is my own fault, because I have allowed to be treated ways, or even allow for myself to seem small to comfort you, as in the other person. I think that I allow people who may be weird, fake, whatever, that doesn't align, mad because they're doing things, but these people are simply being themselves, which really makes me feel like a fool to give the stragglers so much time and energy. Like, they are being themselves. There's nothing I can do about that, LOL. Someone like that is meant to be where they at, and for me to encounter them and allow for them to be their self, because that just is outlandish to go against someone being them, LOL. Weirdos will be weirdos. I'm sorry, the wordplay was kind of flipping me up, but yeah, like, who am I to, like, sit here and try to tell you to be somebody else when you're literally being yourself? You're over here being childish, that's who you are. You over here being misleading, you're being untruthful, you're being a weirdo, that's who you are. So for me to sit here and encounter you, and to sit here and try to entertain you being childish, which is who you are, makes me feel goofy. Like, I didn't think about that for real until I wrote the question, but it's just like, that just simplified so much, bruh. That just simplified so much for me, because it's just like, once you start really, really, really allowing people to be themselves, it's just like, there's nothing you can say or do to me. How am I mad at you for being weird and for you acting this type of way when you are being yourself? It just really opened my eyes, because it's like, this girl, I'm sorry, like, I don't want to mention her, but I just want to really give a solid explanation as to what I mean by people being themselves. Like, this girl is mad at me. She's mad because she feels like I'm trying to be her. I'm trying to imitate her. She feels like I'm trying to imitate her, and then, like, now she's starting to give high school. It's giving high school. So when I try to address her about it, it's just like, why do I have to meet you in person? Like, all this extra stuff. And, you know, I'm trying to be very respectful, because you were already testing me. You was already trying me. You was already pushing my buttons. And I was trying to give you grace and not allow for you to bug me. But then as I sit here and read your entitled behind message and your message about me, false information, a bunch of false information, all I can look at the message and see is, and feel, is pity. Pity that you lack so much awareness that you would think that I'm trying to be like you. That you lack so much awareness that you feel like you're in high school, and that you feel like you thought that you sitting here trying to pick on me and trying to like do little subliminals was going to knock me off of what I got going on. And it's just like, dang, I'm so mad that this girl is being childish with me. I'm so mad that this girl's trying to act like, you know, them popular girls in high school. But that's who she is. It doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter how I try to earn my respect. It doesn't matter how I try to put her in her place. She's being herself. So no matter what I do, it's not going to matter. She's a mean girl. She is a mean girl. Simple as that. You did it. That's what you do. You think you can bully people. You think you can get over on people, because that's what mean girls do, because they have a lack of self. But anyway, so that was just really eye-opening for me as well. So we're going to continue to take this time to build our foundation, get sturdy on what we believe in, get sturdy on how we want to feel, how we want to look, how we want our presence to be felt. Focus on everything. Focus on everything that goes into what you're creating. The foundation is focusing on everything that is going into what you want to present, to what you are going to execute. It's important to get that done, to get that up. Do it. 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 I also want to share something I wrote. It's really good, y'all. It's really good, okay? And I haven't shared anything that I've written in a long time, and this is something that's super personal. But you know, at first it was originally written out of heartbreak, and it was originally written out of desperation for validation and value. But you know, as I thought about it today, it's really an example, it's really a representation of foundation. How to build your foundation when you're being tested and tried, and remembering that resilience, remembering who you are, and still searching for that feeling, still searching for that desire. I think it's an overall, my pain is there. My yearning for love is there, and compassion is there. But even with all that, I'm still left feeling empty. And even though I'm empty, I'm still full, because I'm full of myself, because I have a foundation in who I am. Period. My sister's calling me. She's going to have to wait. So now I'm going to read y'all my excerpt. I just love this so much, y'all. Like, it just came out better than I expected it to. And because it came out better than I expected it to, I believe is why it's just really that important to me. And I really want to share it, because I really love this, and it really gave me clarity the more and more I think about it. So the title of it is Growing Pains. Oh, y'all, I'm nervous to read this. I'm so nervous. Like, I just want to, I'm going to read it. Okay. Growing pains. Aches from heartbreaks, wounds, and scars. Why do you keep running from me? The self-sabotage is showing. Why open yourself to me? Why fill my head with fantasies of the future? Because your heart knows things our brain could not fathom or put into words. Why break my heart time and time again to satisfy your needs? Why play mind games to fulfill ego? You like me but can't communicate with me. You like me but found someone else. You will react to fear rather than embrace being uncomfortable. Why hold on to my heartstrings? Why put me through the cloudy days to fight my own fear and satisfy your lust? In what ways do you sabotage your heart's desires? These wounds and heartaches are too much to bear for my soul any longer. These growing pains I no longer want to attach to try or not to try. But why? My heart longs for a feeling I feel is slowly dying out. A feeling I can no longer reach. A feeling that feels too hard and far to reach. I stretch my hand to grasp a feeling I used to feel so closely, so intimately. And through these growing pains, aches from heartbreaks, wounds, and scars, I find myself. Yet I'm still unfulfilled. I begin to rewrite the stories you told me, erasing you in every picture, filling these moments with love for myself, filling my future with acceptance and transparency, to fulfill my heart, but I'm still unfulfilled. I wait for that feeling that is out of reach, praying we cross paths again. Boom. And that was that. And that was it on it. Yeah, so that's the little excerpt that I wrote. Yeah, y'all, like, I think it is very important for our foundation to be firm and grounded. And I'm very grateful for the steps and the people that I'm around and the thoughts process and everything that I put into being who I want to be. Everything that I'm intentionally putting into be Jayla Simone. I am fully embodying Jayla Simone. I am Jayla Simone. Big period. Big period, not the little. Okay? Whew, I think that was really good for today's episode. Yeah, I think this is really good in where I want to be, how I want to be, seen, how I want to be felt as a person, as a being. And I'm so grateful for y'all continuing to take up space with me as I venture life and as I share my thoughts and my experiences. And thank y'all for compassion, and thank y'all for loving me and accepting me for who I am and for listening to me. That's great too. But yeah, make sure y'all check out my Darebook series. It is fully functioning. I will be having another Darebook series that's going to come out. Not sure exactly when, but it will be a workbook on foundation, because I've been working through it this month, you know, and after experience what I've been experiencing, I feel as though it's time for me to share. So feel free to check out the Darebooks, links down below. Check out my YouTube channel, follow me on Instagram. Y'all already know, get ready to see more Jayla Simone coming to you in December, aka next month. I don't know what I want to do. Like, I don't know when I want to be, like, when I want to start telling people, like, yeah, y'all come to this, y'all come to this. But maybe when I start really embodying her a little bit more, physical appearance, etc., etc., etc. But thank y'all again so much for taking up space with me. I hope that y'all have a blessed day, night, evening, whenever you are listening, tuning in with me. Thank y'all so much. I'm just so appreciative of the community. Feel free to join the Discord. You already know, links down below. It's Wednesday, y'all. We finna turn up. Serve me up. Serve me up. All right, y'all. See y'all later.